was. To cash them is my real test, and to train them is my call. Ooh, yeah. I will travel far and wide. Need Pokemon to understand it's the power that's inside. Pokemon, gotta catch a ball. It's you and me. You know it's our destiny. Pokemon, oh, you're my best friend. In a world we must defend. Gotta catch them all. Cause I want to be the very best. Like no one ever was. It's fucking Pokemon. It's fucking Pikachu. Pika. That's why we grew up dog fighting and shit, because we grew up with Pokemon. Everybody in the 90s, remember that shit from back in 95? Niggas wanted to be Pokemon masters and shit. So you got you a pit bull that taught it bite, attack. You got you a pit bull taught it how to bite. That shit will fight other dogs. And that was for people in the city. If you wasn't in the city, then you got you some chickens. And put little razors on their feet and shit. And put them in the same arena. And let them and taught it scratch attack. Freely thinking one, what's up with you, brother? We grew up. That's why we dog fight. That's why people dog fight. Think about how the 90s was. I wasn't even going in this direction until I really thought about it. I was just being goofy as fuck. But I'm you know, thinking back on it, it's learned behavior. So that's why we do this with animals. Because we grew up with Pokemon and shit. And there's no reason why Ash kept making his electric type Pokemon fight ground type Pokemon. This nigga fought an Onyx. He was like, yeah, we want all that work. Niggas went out and got a pit bull the next day and taught it how to bite. Taught it leer. Taught it quick attack. Niggas bought pit bull puppies and had them in the backyard feeding them gunpowder so they could bite harder and be more aggressive. Cause I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. Niggas wanted to be the best. So everybody got on their Michael Vick shit. What was that? No, cause you know, I'll be putting out these little short skits now. The little short videos I do, I'll be clipping my live streams. I'll be clipping my live stream. Somebody said, how about them aliens though? Man, fuck them aliens. Fuck them aliens. They still got, bro, we grown ass man. I see you. We grown ass men. And they talking about aliens on the news and shit. Like, this ain't even what I want to talk about, but if you see it on the news 9 times out of 10, it's fake as fuck. No fucking aliens. Then they prop up Obama right there. This is what I was talking about with the reverse psychology. The reverse psychology psyops and shit and false flags just to justify more money and shit and fuck with your mind. More toxic breadcrumbs. No fucking aliens. What are we saying? Huh? Private, it's alien. And then they was talking about in the Air Force. They kept seeing it was like, what this nigga say? He said every day the Air Force, the pilots would come back and be like, yeah, we saw some strange shit out there. But every day. I was like, you been seeing this shit? How many y'all still believe that shit? Yeah, we've been seeing these strange UFO phenomena every day. Oh, fucking alien. Why do we always see they fucking ships but don't never see no bodies? Who the fuck operating the ships? What alien come down this bitch and just be like, no, I don't think I wanna. What the fuck is you lost in the galaxy? Would you need gas? Would you stopped and seen us killing each other and felt like we weren't worthy, but you keep coming checking us out? Hiding in the bushes and shit, like, look at it. What are we, entertainment? Oh, ain't no fucking aliens. Get this shit off. Oh, fucking aliens. Got Obama up there talking about aliens and shit. What you, nigga, if it was that important, nigga, you would have been did something. Niggas want to justify the Space Force. Huh? So fucking bad. And my fault for coming up here hype. Because I didn't want to come up here hype and be yelling and screaming and shit. I'm chilling today. That's the thing about I'm chilling today. I wanted to come up here and talk about Chrysler. I want to talk about how Chrysler is the slut of the American car manufacturers. Because somebody had a good point. In my last skit, he said, yo, you talking all this shit about Nissan and you got a Chrysler. Fuck! You are correct. Chrysler is ass juice. But let me defend myself though. I have a I'm a first generation Jeep Grand Cherokee supremacist. I don't do this newer shit. First generation Jeep Grand Cherokee. Let me explain it to you real quick. From 1993, and it stopped in 1998. Now let me tell you something about Chrysler. Chrysler was started back in 1925 by a guy named Walter Chrysler, right? All right, peep gang. I mean, watch what happened. Chrysler, he used to work for General Motors. Chrysler then incorporated like the Dodge brothers and Fargo trucks or some shit like that. I'm missing a lot here. You got to fact check this shit. Fargo trucks, the Dodge brothers, and they made the brand like the Soto or some shit like that, right? Chrysler became like one of the top American car manufacturers. So then they expanded into Europe. They weren't doing so hot in Europe. So Chrysler did some freaky deaky marriage with Mitsubishi Motors. Pay attention. This is like in the fucking 50s and 60s and 70s. You should fact check that shit though. Chrysler was married to Mitsubishi Motors. They basically, fuck me. And then that's when Chrysler was, they got in bed with Mitsubishi. And then fast forward to the 70s, like Chrysler been going bankrupt. Chrysler is the Denise, harlot, whore. Chrysler is the Denise. Chrysler is the Erica of American car manufacturers. Fast forward to the 70s, Chrysler got bailed out by the government to the tune of like $1.8 billion. Fast forward, Chrysler hired a new CEO to help with their sales, and Chrysler, still wasn't doing too fucking hot. Chrysler wasn't doing too fucking hot, right? So, all right, so then Chrysler resorted to like wizardry. Chrysler got on their Walt Disney shit. I'm gonna explain. There was a small company, not small, but small company by the name of AMC, American Motor Corporation. AMC had the Jeep shit on lock. That was their brand. Jeep. The XJ, successful. The Jeep Cherokee, right? So when Chrysler acquired, that's what they tell you in the official, documents and shit, that Chrysler acquired AMC and thus taking the Jeep, the Jeep name under their Chrysler umbrella. They wizardry and tricks and scams. And AMC went bankrupt and had no choice but to surrender the documents. They gave up the Jeep Grand Cherokee because that's what they was looking for. Chrysler was looking for some special shit. It was like, yo, what y'all got there? What you got going on there? In AMC, they was like, nothing at all. And Chrysler was like, no, give me that shit. It's like, what the fuck is this? And AMC was like, no, give us our shit. And Chrysler was like, fuck y'all. You know, it went bankrupt. Lo and behold, it was the blueprints to the Jeep Grand Cherokee. Not only did these niggas have a Jeep, they wanted to have a Grand Cherokee. They was on some special shit. And Chrysler came in and took that shit. So boom, 1993. Chrysler really didn't even have to do anything to make the Jeep Grand Cherokee. And that became one of their best-selling vehicles. And they already took in the LJ, the TJ. No, wait. I might got that. What was the LJ? Pre-1998 Jeep Wranglers. Plus the Cherokee, the XJ. And now this new Jeep that went out in the market and got shit cracking. I'm talking about all the soccer moms. This was the most official grocery getter you could get back in the day. Everybody was buying it. Chrysler giving themselves pats on the back. Good job, boys. We did it. We're back in business. We'll go around, come around. Y'all worked all that wizardry and still went bankrupt. That's why if you go to Chrysler and you look up Chrysler, it tells you Chrysler 1925 to 1998. The first generation Jeep Grand Cherokee started in 1993 and ended in 1998. That was the end of Chrysler being an American company. Anything after 1998 is marked other than. So what happened in 1998? This is why I don't like the WJ. And it's a piece of shit. And it's rather difficult to work on. If you ever had to replace a starter on a 4.7 liter PowerTech engine, you know what I'm talking about. So in 1998, Chrysler merged with Benz. Benz, the same Mercedes. Yeah, Chrysler merged with them motherfuckers. Whoring themselves out because they needed money. They're like, help us on some damsel in distress shit. So boom, they merged with Benz and kept producing vehicles and shit. They were fucked up. You know, I got the last of the AMC design. This it right here. 96 Jeep Grand Cherokee. This isn't even a fucking Chrysler. This is AMC shit. All XJs, ZJs. That's AMC shit. Chrysler just, oh yeah, that's they coveted. Anyway, moving forward. Benz was like, yeah, Benz looked at Chrysler and was like, yo, y'all act like bitches. You know, they investors and all that shit. They started beefing and shit. And Benz was like, all right, y'all fucking suck. We out. Chrysler was sitting there looking like Erica. Help me. Fucking victim, right? So then that's when, shortly after that shit got sold. Chrysler got sold to like, who was it? The union workers, some type of union shit. Don't get me fucked. Don't get it wrong. I told you I gotta fact check this shit. They did some weird freaky deaky wizardry shit again. And then fast forward to 2008, they got bailed out by the government. Us, me and you commenting, we gave Chrysler $1.8 billion. And the government of America, the US government and the Canadian government owned Chrysler. Fucking freaky deaky wizardry. Now, fast forward to 2014, you had Fiat. You know Fiat, the Italian company that makes Maserati and Alfa Romeo. They come in like pimps, pimp daddies and shit. Like, oh, I'm looking for some bitches. Oh, they see Chrysler out there on the corner, butt naked and shit. They're like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to fuck. No, they want to come on with us and make us money. That's what they did. So then they paid off their debt to the government. This shit had like a 21% interest rate, some shit. They paid off their debts and bought all the shares and shit. So now Chrysler is owned by an Italian company. That shit is owned by Fiat. That shit is Fiat. And it still is to this day. I haven't checked back in on this type of shit, but it still is, as far as I know. It's owned by Fiat. Everything is a Fiat. Them JKs that you love, Fiat. I'm in the last of the American shit Chrysler ever produced. Chrysler died in 1998. Understand that. If you have a Chrysler product, Dodge, Ram, Plymouth, SRT, their sports lineup. But if you have a Chrysler product after 98, it's not a Chrysler product. It's just branded as such. It's not American. That's why I say Chrysler is the Erica. Everybody, I did a stream on that shit. My people know what I mean by Erica. Yeah, the Eagle too. The Eagle, yep. People know what I mean by Erica. Chrysler is the Erica of the American car manufacturers. This is all I'm saying. Like, and I give Nissan so much shit because Nissan, somebody called it yesterday, Nissan is Japan's Chrysler. They're fucking, Nissan is whores. That, for those of you who don't, I know if people don't know, Nissan is a Japanese making model, supposedly, allegedly, but it's really not. But it's supposed to be. It is, but it's not. Like Toyota, but that's another story. So Nissan did the same thing. Nissan used to be Datsun. Yeah, and then that became Nissan, and now Nissan is owned by the French company Renault, and it's like it went to shit. So that's all I'm saying. It's more complicated when you're talking about vehicles and who owns what and who does who. Yeah, I mean, the Japanese do make some good cars, not fucking Nissan. That's like saying the Koreans make good cars. I mean, the Kias, the Kias and Hyundais get, bad rap, but I mean, they're more solid than Nissans are. And that's a South Korean make. That's Korean. Kias and Hyundais and Genesis, because Genesis is Hyundai's luxury line, but But yeah, it's like you don't have that Japanese. It's not really Japanese. You can't say Nissan is Japanese because, like I said, it's got a lot of French shit going on with it. Like Toyota is so successful and dependable, and that's changing because Toyota were like the first people to roll out the CVT transmission. And that seems to be Nissan's weak spot, is their transmissions. But Japan, the people Toyota has, they don't make their own transmissions, Toyota. Nissan tried to and fucking failed horribly. But it's like, there's a lot of ins and outs and odd ends when you discussing like these type of vehicles and what's good with what and why I don't like what. When I say I don't like a vehicle, all my Nissan Altima people, it's because I've done the power steering pump on a Nissan Altima and I fucking hated it. Every mechanic you talk to has a job where it's like, yo, you remember it and it gets stuck with you and you relate that it's a bad experience and you relate that job to the fucked up shit in life. So that's just my thing. That's just, don't take it personal. That's just my thing. Now it's not so much as a Nissan Altima or a Nissan Altima driver. It's just symbolic for fuckery. That's why I often call things Nissan Altimas that aren't Nissan Altimas. Like I bought a gorilla cart to haul dirt when, to haul the dirt around in the back. And that shit like got stuck on a fucking rock for no fucking reason. And I'm swinging that bitch and it's sitting there. The fucking gorilla cart is flexing because it got a polymer frame. And I'm swinging that bitch. Then I get to the pile. I pull the latch, lift that bitch up. That joke So now I gotta go get the shovel. I gotta go get the shovel and pull it, keep the bitch up, and then try to dump and try to get the dirt out so the rim, when I pull it back up, it don't flip back. Yeah, it's a fucking Nissan Altima now. You see what I'm saying? It's a gorilla car, yeah, but no, it's a fucking, it's an Altima. Everything I don't like is an Altima. It don't have to be an Altima. That's all I'm saying. So don't take that personal. Oh, you got a gorilla car too? Yeah, I fucking love the gorilla car. But when you move engines with your shit. Yeah, I fucking love the gorilla car. Took me like 2 minutes to fucking put it together. Oh my god, please, this isn't a product placement or nothing. It's just people be like, are you signed with gorilla car? And they go buy a gorilla car. I bought a gorilla car to support you. I don't get no money from that shit. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, it's decent. I didn't want a regular wheelbarrow for this shit, but you know, it just pissed me off that day, and I smacked it. It was like, you fucking Altima. I really have no problem with it, but it was a fucking Altima that day. Sometimes my Jeep acts like an Altima. The 97, when I broke the brake line, the fucking flare nut, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? I kicked the tire. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, you fucking Altima? Sometimes I sit out there in the driveway and throw tools and call shit Altimas. It's normal. It's normal human behavior. This is what people do. Somebody say Nissan GTR Skyline. Okay, whatever, float your boat. Somebody say I'm a diesel mechanic, Milwaukee Tools. Yeah, Milwaukee Tools, they official. I got Milwaukee outdoor tools and shit too, because it all takes the same battery. So I don't gotta be looking for new batteries and switching them in and out. Once again, I'm not sponsored by Milwaukee. Somebody said my thoughts on the 4.7. It's faster than the 5.2, but I'm a 5.2 supremacist. Listen, people. I don't want to sit up here and talk about vehicles all day. But since I'm talking about vehicles, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not Scotty Kilmer. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna tell you, I am extremely biased. I am not the person you want to ask auto advice from. I am biased as fuck. I mean, I tell y'all, I don't have an agenda. Yeah, and when it comes to like cars and autos, I have an agenda. Don't trust me. I have a fucking agenda. No, Jeep Grand Cherokee, Jeep ZJ. I don't even like the new Wranglers. I don't like the new Wranglers. For real, I'm over Wranglers. I think Wranglers are over fucking rated. Shiny pieces of shit. And where are all my Wrangler people at? Come to the front. Because y'all like to do shit like get some 35-inch diameter tires, throw it on there with a lift kit, and be driving slow as fuck in the left lane. Cut that shit out. Stop that shit right now. Cut that shit out. You see me behind you going 80. Somebody, that's going too fast. No, not when you're keeping up with traffic. That's doing your part. Wranglers be in the left lane with big dumbass tires. That's how every Wrangler sound in the left lane, going slow as fuck. This nigga got some BF Goodriches on that bitch. Them shit slapping the fucking pavement. You going slow as fuck. You done got you a lift kit, rough country. Now you think you the shit to slap some 35s on that bitch, right? Now you going slow as fuck. You got a 6-cylinder and you got that Pentastar. You got that Pentastar motor. Trying to flex with them big dumbass tires. As they pass you by and shit. Like, get the fuck out the left lane. You know why your shit slow? Because you need to re-gear. And it be people lifting these Wranglers that don't know what the fuck they are doing with Wranglers. And stock Wranglers are annoying as fuck. Lifted Wranglers are annoying as fuck. Unless you got a diesel or some turbo shit or a V8 in your Wrangler, it is annoying as fuck. You just be like, "Not my Wrangler. I got it good. I thought you was a Jeep person." No, that's where you got it wrong. I'm a Jeep. I like TJs, LJs, XJs, ZJs, and I like the Comanches. I want a Comanche. I don't like all this new shit. I hate the JKs. Remember where the welders at? Shout out to all the welders that know what they doing. Remember I remember they ran that story talking about the new Jeep Wranglers. What was this, back in like 2016? And they said the Jeep Wranglers was coming out the factory with death wobble. For those of you that don't know what death wobble is, that's when you driving everything cookies and bubbles, right? You got your Van Halen playing on your stereo, on your system. With that unnecessary keyboard part. Then you hit like a stick. You hit a stick. It could be a pothole. It could be a pothole. It could be too fast of a lane change. One of them shits. And that's when your life flashed before your eyes and you get this shit. That's that shit. And that shit keep going until you slow down. You gotta pull the fuck over and regroup. Your vehicle needs to regroup. You gotta... You gotta white knuckle that steering wheel. And y'all be in the left lane with that bullshit. Wrangler people, smack yourself. Get out the left lane. You're slow as fuck. Then they be trying to keep up with me. Wrong. Shout out to the Jeep ZJs and the Jeep XJ people. Shout out to the Wrangler people that know what they doing. I hate when I go to the cities. You be in the city sitting in traffic and you see a Wrangler. Smack yourself. Why the fuck you gotta... I always equate city people buying Jeep Wranglers. That's the equivalent to living on the 10th floor of an apartment complex in San Francisco with a Greyhound in a kennel in the kitchen. It's the same shit. Animal abuse. That shit needs land. It needs road. Fuck, you got it. You live in DC. You got a Jeep Wrangler. And you stopping and going every 5 fucking seconds. You know your Wrangler ain't shit when you got a stop start feature on your shit. That means when you pull up to the stop sign, you pull up at a red light, that shit shut off for you. That is not a Wrangler. Cut that shit out. That stop start shit. I'm gonna cut off. Green light. I'm gonna cut on. Cut that shit out. Jeep Wrangler people, they get a Wrangler just to say I got a Wrangler. And then don't lift it, don't do shit with it, don't do nothing, don't nothing. Stock everything. Like, you have no idea what you doing with that shit. Shout out to the Toyota people. But I fucking hate the Toyota Tundra. The Toyota Tacoma people seem to be cool. I'm not even talking about like automobiles and like, I know Jeep and Toyota got a long standing beef. You know, I'm just talking about the drivers at this point. The Toyota Tundra drivers seem to be cool, but what's the other, the small truck, the Toyota Tacoma people will drive in your back seat, and they always lift the Toyota Tacoma and then debadge it as if you don't know that's a Toyota Tacoma. We know what the fuck that is. They debadge it. Look at my debadge lifted Toyota Tacoma. It's a piece of shit. Anyway, fuck was I talking about? Somebody getting back to addressing some of these comments on Maricopa County. And next subject, because I put that little clip out on Maricopa County, Arizona, and I keep saying Maricopa County because I like saying Maricopa. Like I said in the last, that's Maricopa's only saving grace because I fucks with Maricopa the word. But that shit the GOP doing is unnecessary as fuck. And let me tell y'all this, because it be new people be popping in on me. It be new people. They be subscribing because they hear me say something that I be tickling their ears and some of my shit. I'm not a conservative. I am not trying to grift you. I do not want your money. I do not want your views. I do not want your likes. I don't give a fuck if you conservative and you rock or you Republican or liberal. I don't give a fuck. But understand, I'm not a part of your world. This is what I was talking about. There's different worlds people exist in. I don't exist in your world. Yeah, well, I could give two fucks less about that audit. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Somebody hit me up. He was like, it's not giving you. You took the black pill. People need hope. Bitch, people putting hope in a government. No, put hope back in your family structure. It starts with you. You don't need a fucking audit. Your life is fucked up right now. Fuck that audit. Get your shit together. But this is how we're going to prove the system is corrupt. Bitch, and then what you going to do? You're going to prove the system like they don't know the system isn't corrupt. We've been telling you this shit, but you are a part of the go vote people. And if you don't know the go vote people, go harder than Bitcoin people, flat earth people, Toyota fanboys, Tom McDonald fanboys. The go vote people go so fucking hard for no fucking reason at fucking all. Every fucking election, somebody loses a family member to the go vote crowd. Remember that shit? You got an auntie, your auntie, you gonna go vote? She's like, nah, I'm not voting. You're just as bad as the people on the opposite side. I'm sorry about your speakers. I'm sorry about your speakers. Somebody hit me up the other day. It was like, yo, you're loud, no matter how low my volume is. I'm sorry about your speakers. But bitch, you should have got 2 12s in the back of that bitch. Listening to this shit in your fucking car. This nigga said, stand by that volume. Oh shit, it's Barricade Garage, nigga. Let me stand by that volume button. This nigga get turned no fucking read. Got they shit on the. That's all I'm saying. Felt like people want me to get up here and be monotone and shit. That mean I'm alive. And then it's hot. It be hot as fuck out here. And I'm sitting here going the fuck in. Man, I get passionate. And then it's like I don't have no fucking script, so I gotta keep, I don't need no uppers, no downers. I'm my own momentum. I keep this shit cracking myself. That's all I'm saying. Like you got somebody say, well, what's the solution? Said if you don't want to, like, people, like, listen, I'm not a politician. You know what? Let me reiterate some shit. I'm not your pastor, your deacon, your bishop. I'm not your pallbearer. I'm not your mom, your dad, your uncle, your mother, your auntie, your brother, your sister. I'm not your cousin. And I'm not your mechanic. You got to get your shit together. Oh, well, what's the solution? And I'm going to tell you why I said that about Maricopa County, because Twitter got all the smarts in the world. Twitter sent me a notification. Because when you click on it, it releases endorphins and shit. So it got you clicking on shit you wouldn't normally click on. You don't want to see that shit. You don't sworn on social media, but as soon as you get that, you click on that bit. And then you're like, fuck, got me. I click on the notification and it's the white chick with the good background. I didn't even know this was Maricopa County GOP. The white chick with the good background. Look, hey guys, today we're going to audit. We did another audit and the audit is going great, guys, but we got to wait because there's going to be more. And I'm like, yo, all right, nigga, a week later, white chick with the good background. So, guys, today the audit didn't quite go as planned. Today we have to, Maricopa County GOP, we have the audit going. And I'm like, shut up. That's why I said you giving people false fucking hope. That's why I released the clip called Wait Porn. That's where that came from. And that applies to a whole lot more than just Maricopa County. That's why I said they got y'all on that Q shit. Somebody said, well, it's going to prove, it's going to prove the rig. Nigga, it's been rigged for longer than I've been alive. I'm sorry if you don't get it. That's why I said, people be like, yo, go vote. You be like, I don't vote. They hit you up, so you get out there and go vote. Because if you don't vote, your one vote, that could be like, it could come down to that one vote, and it could be you. And if you don't do it, then we might not get the results that we want. Because if we don't get the results that we want, they turn into Canadians. Because if we don't get the results that we want, it's about time that we have to get the results that we want. It's about time that you have to go down. Shut the fuck up. I got a bunch of Canadians on my fucking line. Y'all supposed to be American. Shout out to the Raging Dissident YouTube channel. It's an inside joke. Every time I mention Canada, I shout that nigga out. He official. He like one of the last real Canadian men left. Shout out to Raging Dissident, bro. Stay up. But fuck Canada. And y'all niggas, I got Americans on my line acting like a bunch of Canadians and shit. Well, it's about time you get out there and vote, because if we don't get out there and vote, then how are we supposed to get the results that we want? Bitch, it starts with fixing your life. Y'all so busy trying to control the direction of the fucking country and everything going on with it, and your life chaotic as fuck. It's hot as fucking here. And the sun done shifted since I started this live stream. That shit done powered me up. I feel like Superman right now. I started this shit cool, calm, and collect. Now the sun done came out, nigga. You know I'm on your ass. Now I'm turned the fuck up because it's right there. That shit is on me. That's all I'm saying. It starts with you. It started. I know people don't like hearing this. I had a cool, calm. I wasn't even trying to get. Every time I go, I'll be like, yo, I'm not gonna get turned down. I ain't gonna get the yelling and shit. I ain't finished. I ain't about to start doing all that weird shit. And then I started doing all that weird shit, yelling and shit. Fuck was I talking about? I'm gonna start writing talking points down. I'm gonna start memorizing talking points. I got a bunch of fucking Canadians on my line. You go vote, people. I better not hear all the go vote people that went silent. You go vote Republican. That's why I did what rights video and the thank you, governor, for giving me my voting rights back. This nigga again, here go your voting rights, nigga. You know we want you to vote Democrat. You get that Democrat. I'm probably already a registered fucking Democrat. I'm probably registered a fuck. They don't even ask a nigga. Just put him down as dead. He's a nigger. He's a nigger. So he's Democrat by default. Mark me down as dead and then give me my shit. Here go your voting rights, niggas. None of that shit matters. Like people pay so much in these politics. And listen, for all you Canadians, I'm not even talking about Canadians. I'm talking about Americans, but they act like Canadians. So that's an inside joke. For all of you fucking Canadians on my line talking about this nigga say, yo, chill, Barricade Garage. When people say I lost my guns in a boating accident, it's just a joke. Chill out. Nah, bitch, you chill out. See how subversive that shit is? Let me tell you, I know people, nigga, I know what the fuck that is. Nigga, people think they got all the sense in the world. I know what the fuck that is. Deal what I'm saying? This how subversive that type of shit is. That conditions you to be Canadian, a bitch. That conditions you to be a bitch. That's why I'm saying, if we gonna joke, since it's a joke, then take my words what I said is a joke. Since it's a joke, how come we can't joke about going hard? How come we can't condition ourselves and subvert ourselves into acting like Americans? Didn't no fucking American say, I lost my guns in a fucking boating accident. Never has that been the American way. Cut that, stop defending that shit. Calm down, Barricade. God damn, what the fuck I get turned up like that? Never has that been an American position. Never. Remember that Rockets Red Glare video I did? When the Brits pulled up on the Baltimore Harbor? What's that shit? Henry McFort. When the British pulled up with their ships. Now, Nair American was joking. Oh, nigga, you know I lost my shit in a boating accident. Nigga was like, yo, there go the Brits. Like, nigga, I lost my shit in a boating accident. What would have happened if Americans had that I lost it in a boating accident mentality when the Brits pulled up on them strong? The Brits pulled up with rockets. Niggas never even, nigga, that wasn't rockets. Red glare. The bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that the flag was still there. So before you get on some bitch shit, talking about I lost my shit in a fucking boating accident. What type of American shit is that? You are Canadian, cuz. Cut that shit out. We sitting up here, we did the Rockets Red Glare. Rockets Red Glare. This nigga wrote a whole fucking, he was like, yo, that Rockets Red Glare gave proof through the, this nigga was in the ship sitting in prison. Look at him. Oh shit, they got rockets. Not Nair American was like, I lost my shit in the boating accident. And not Nair American before that shit popped off was like, yo, let's start a joke. I lost my shit in the fucking boat now. Nah, they was like, we wish a nigga would. Freedom. America. Fuck yeah. That's why I said, wait a minute. Stop defending that bullshit. Start something new. That shit is already old as fuck. Start something new. At the very least, start something new. It don't got to be come and take it. And somebody say, yo, that they gonna single you out when you say come. Y'all really think y'all gonna go y'all really think they gonna go door to door confiscating shit? And listen, this how you know Americans is Canadians now. Cause even if they were to start going door to door and start taking shit, Americans will hand them bitches over because nobody wants to die for anything. How you gonna preserve something if you're not willing to die for it? So what? It was like, I got kids, so I can't die. All right, well, what kind of country are you gonna leave for your kids? You're not willing to die to secure their future and future rights? Niggas can't see themselves dying for anything. That's why you niggas is defending that slogan and got all time. Well, if they come up and show up 30 deep, then I'm a head. Then nobody want that, nigga. If you don't know how the world stage works, all it takes is a couple events where enough niggas die and that shit gets enough coverage. They don't want that bad press. Right now, they would never do no shit like that going door to fucking door. Because like I said, they know that's a line that a lot of people draw. They just don't want that on the news. They want you to think all Americans are a bunch of bitches. I'm here to tell you today, Americans are still fucking them. There's still some Americans out there. Just because you live in America don't make you fucking American. It's a lot of Americans willing to die behind certain shit. And that right there is one of them. And when you want to talk about going door to door, ATF, I don't give a fuck who you are. Confiscating shit, understand you're going to be met with resistance. They know this shit. They would never do that. What they do is start fucking with ammo. Start fucking with ammo sales, manufacturing. More and more laws on this, on that, restricting this, restricting that. It ain't going to be outright. It's going to be backdoor. It's going to be shadowy. It's going to be shadow. But that's their job. That's what they supposed to do. Your job is to hold the fucking line. However the fuck those chips fall. That's why I don't want to hear nobody, because I got some shit behind that I lost my guns in a boating accident video. By people telling me to chill out. It's just a joke, yeah, and it conditions people to be a bitch. It's a subversive joke. And then half of y'all sitting up here celebrating, what is it, Memorial Day? Talking about they died for our freedoms. Okay, let's run with that narrative. You do know the people that died for your freedoms went over there knowing they might die so you could have freedoms. But you can't see yourself doing the same thing. Then it's like, I already covered the whole military industrial complex. There's no need for me to beat that dead horse. Because it's like, yo, these niggas, y'all went over, y'all fought banker wars. There ain't been nobody, nah, fuck that. I'm going to say it, because ain't nobody came to America. It's like, yo, we want all that smoke with America. We ain't had no shit like that. We've been fighting for other people. We had a president, he made Israel great again. We done started shit. We done meddled in shit. America done put his fucking nose where we done lost countless people fighting for other people, fighting for special interests. But you get brainwashed into believing, yeah, it's that fake patriotism shit. Yeah, America, fight for your country. Ah! Let's go kill a bunch of people, never did shit to us. Quite. You be like, yo, what did they do to us? They be like, don't stop asking questions and get back in line. Formation. Ah! This is that Vietnam War where they got shit cracking with guerrilla warfare. Ain't did shit to us. What was it, like the last war that was fought for freedom? The last war that was fought for American freedom. What, the fucking Civil War? And the South was like, we're not gonna take it. And they beat the shit out of the, oh man, I just lost like 15 subscribers saying that shit. The South was vets. No, y'all heard Radical Homie sit here and say that shit right there. I want to talk about this shit real quick. Since we talking about veterans, let's talk about veterans. Let's talk about people fighting for their freedoms. Because Lincoln was a fucking tyrant. That shit was all about Northern aggression. Then the narrative of, oh, it was slavery. That shit came after the fact. That shit came after the fact. If y'all hear something that sound like a nigga farting, it's not. It's my seat. It's that leather. Leather's a motherfucker when your back get hot and that shit starts sticking everywhere. It was Northern aggression. And when they got Robert E. Lee was that nigga. Robert E. Lee came on the scene strong. Robert on the battlefield was cracking. That nigga pulled pine boxes and he carried pine boxes and toe tags. Robert E. Lee didn't even want to get involved in that shit though. And it was until they fucked with Virginia. He was like, "No, this is where I draw the line." That's when Virginians went hard. He was like, "This is my shit. This Virginia. I'll die for this shit." He fought the North. That nigga was a hell of a tactician. One of the greatest generals that ever lived. Allegedly. That shit, and then the South was outnumbered. The Union outnumbered the South. It was like a lose. The South fought against all odds. That shit, when you think about it, that shit was American as fuck. The South fought against all odds. What do you do? Is that a tufted titmouse? I don't know what the fuck that is. But the South fought against all odds. And they had little small battles. And the South was just fucking the North up. I can't name the specific events off the top of my head right now because I'm too up right now. Somebody could do this shit. The South wasn't nothing to fuck with. And the North knew it. Like I said, they weren't no slouches neither, but they knew it was like, yo, we gotta go in the South. They go hard. The Confederates. Then they had the North had to resort to scorched earth tactics to subdue the South. Because the North knew no matter how many men they had, you couldn't go. The South was a force to be reckoned with. Scorched earth tactics. If you don't know what the fuck that is, look it up. That's how the North won. And then E. Lee, Ulysses S. Grant came out there, surrender. He was like, surrender. I thought the way they tell the story, you'd have thought he would have went out like King Leonidas in 300, but he surrendered. They knew what they were fighting for, freedom. The government had grown too fucking big. Not this shit out, not the war on drugs and all that other weird shit. Not fighting for Israel and going out there, all weapons of mass destruction. That was it. Everything else just been for other people. I know it's Memorial Day. I know I disappointed a lot of people. I'm just saying, like, I can't think of another instance where they'd be like, yo, I fought for your freedoms. No, the fuck you didn't. And in case you haven't noticed, niggas ain't feeling too free around this motherfucker. And it be the same people, we fought for your freedom in a war. And then they sit up there and go do shit like, go guard the fucking Joe Biden in the fucking White House. Like all them fucking troops. It be shit like that. Then you got vets that come home and they get it and they're like, oh, it's fucking bullshit. That shit was fake as fuck. They give you a narrative, you run with it, fake patriotism, kill a bunch of people, come back home, get treated like shit. And then still get put on lockdown, businesses taking all types of shit, stimulus checks and shit going out there, going on. And it's like, and then you see, what's that bitch name? Megan Kelly, not Megan Kelly, the bitch on CNN. You got this bitch on CNN. She's sitting up there eating cicadas and shit. This bitch eating dead, no bullshit. I seen that shit this morning. You CNN YouTube video. This bitch up there, watch her eat dead cicadas. This bitch up here, dead cicadas. Like, bitch, put that shit down. You American. And then the dude up there, like, you got some Chinese dude. He sit up there like, yeah, insects are the food of the future. I'm like, And then when you look back on that stimulus that Trump signed, and in that stimulus, it talks about how to convince America. They allocated was millions of dollars to figure out how to get Americans to eat insects. That's not true. Go look it up. Trump signed that shit. But they had y'all convinced on the gender studies for like Pakistan or some shit. Why was diamond and silks and why the fuck do Pakistan need $15 million to start a gender? Yeah, in that same package was money for trying to get Americans to eat insects. They already telling you what they want to do. Now, why people say, yo, it's starting to seem like a fucking world. It's starting to seem like a game. It is a game. That's why I say, ain't nothing. You don't get mad. Don't get depressed. Don't be despair. Let not your heart be troubled. Work on yourself. Work on communications. Repair damaged relationships. Learn how to grow food. Learn, prepare for tough times. Stop being so fucking soft. Get a skill. How many times I gotta sound like a fucking broken record right now? Get a skill. You got people out there right now living like depression babies. Get a fucking skill. This shit ain't nothing to fret over. Once you understand what's happening, and once you can see it for what you can make jokes about it, coming from a sincere place. Like, and then I clipped my Maricopa County clip like out of context because I didn't quite include what I said before that, and it was like, but I really don't give a fuck about that. And like I said, I'm not. Don't come here thinking I'm a conservative, Republican, liberal. I don't. That's not what I do here. I'm a political party killer. I don't do that shit. I got people that be like, don't vote. I got some of them people that they like, get out there and go vote. And what you gonna do when it come for you? Then you be like, yo, I should have voted. And I'm like, yeah, now you niggas feel the exact same way. We've been telling you your vote don't fucking matter for so long, and y'all sat up there and still kept telling niggas, get out there, go vote. Y'all still kept sitting out there telling people that shit. Remember that shit? Y'all still went out there with that. Bro, there's some shit of comments. I ain't even reading these bitches. High impact flicks you in the fucking house. That high impact, bro. I just got the notification, bro. I got my super chats turned off and shit because I don't want to be reading people weird comment. People be having on some weird shit. High impact flicks, man. Look, let me tell y'all some real shit, right? High impact flicks share my High impact flicks shared my mask video. Boom, that's what started my upward climb, right? And then it got shared by like that congresswoman chick with the son that think he a female was on Dr. Phil and was like, yo, you're a boy. And he was like, I'm a female. Yeah. Anyway, High Impact Flicks, he shared that shit. Shout out to High Impact Flicks. But High Impact Flicks, yo, High Impact Flicks still here? High Impact Flicks, where you at? Them damn flashlight commercials, bruh. You be killing me with them flashlight commercials. Where High Impact? Bruh, as long as I'm here, I'm gonna talk shit about your commercials. You do know that, right? You know I fuck with you, but you do know that, right? Like we gonna keep this 100. Shout out to High Impact Flicks. But I'm getting tired of that fucking flashlight. You be flash by my flashlight. It's a good flashlight. It's clean. It's nice. I have another flashlight. Here goes some vitamins you can buy. I have a flashlight. Here you go. Cute flashlight. Enter a promo code NIGGER. Get 45% off. Flashlight. And then you get to the subject at hand. Then you get to the subject matter at hand. The commercials be killing me, bro. Well, High Impact Flicks. That he commented that he probably gone. That shit was a while ago. So as I skip his commercials, man, you get them shits all the fucking time. Funny that nigga, the High Impact Fix, you'll sell the fuck out of flashlight. Put the flashlight down. This nigga, he's in the building. Don't watch my Cosby. Why it be people watching my live streams and shit. Shout out to High Impact Flicks. But that gotcha title shit, that shit be killing me, cuz like that shit, bro. You know how, bro, you be. Somebody said vote or die. Nah, fuck that. Nigga, you won't die anyway. You die with some gonads. I voted. I don't want this to happen. I voted. And the shit happening. Now you sitting in there. Hey guys, it's Maricopa County coming in for another update. So we got an audit going on, and then the white chick, she's older. The older white chick with the good background. You know what I'm talking about? You seen that shit on Twitter. Just type in Maricopa County GOP. It's the older white chick with the good background. You get that notification on your phone. You be minding your business. You click on that shit. And it's a white chick with a good background. Well, hello, guys. So today, here's an update with the Maricopa County GOP audit. So now we just have to wait some more because now we have to keep. Oh, I'm like, the fuck off my why Twitter recommended me this shit. And then people really be on Twitter. People really be on Twitter. Republicans really be arguing for the right to exist on Twitter. You want to exist on that piece of shit? Twitter fucking sucks. Twitter's comment section. The comments on Twitter are some of the most hair-pulling, eye-rolling. No bullshit. No bullshit. I read a comment thread on Twitter that was so fucked up and made me so angry that I got up and went and cut the backyard. I read a comment thread on Twitter that made me so fucking angry. I mowed the backyard. And I'm like, this is what you niggas is complaining over? Who wants to exist in this world? That shit, bro, and then niggas was arguing over the mass shooting shit. Any comment thread on Twitter. They had the most fucked up shit possible. I get a notification from Twitter. I click on it. Breaking news! Johnson & Johnson is going to merge their vaccines with Pfizer to see if we can lower these deaths. I'm like, all right, let me read the comments because I know people know this is bullshit, right? You read the comments, and in the comment section, everybody's just, yes, thank you, Johnson & Johnson, you're saving lives. I'm like, yo! Bro, I threw the phone and went in the backyard and started cutting grass and shit. No lie. With my little Honda lawnmower. Twitter is fucked up. Every day, Maricopa County, Freedom Inc. What is good? Freedom Inc. Stay up, bro. Bro, I like your lie. I know you going on hiatus and shit, man. Stay strong, though. Stay up. Like, I rocks with you. Hey, you good peoples. Like, no lie. every fucking day. Hey guys, Maricopa County GOP here. So this is what's going on with the audit. We haven't quite achieved anything at all, really, but we have a mug if you want to support in this people. That we have, it's not the, and somebody correct, he was like, yo, it's not the GOP, it's the people. And I'm like, well, the people are fucking retarded. The people are retarded as a bitch. It's not the GOP's audit, it's the people's audit. Well, the people are fucking stupid. Got your trust all up in government and shit like that. You got to work on yourself. The GOP. Hey guys, here's another update. What if the GOP had counted them death count, them erroneous ass, fake ass PCR tests? What if the imagine, let's back up. Imagine for a second if the Republican Party and conservatives hawked that coronavirus death count with that same energy. Imagine if people was talking about auditing them death counts like they recounting these ballots. Hey guys, here's another update. Here's another update on the coronavirus death count from Maricopa County GOP. So we have deduced that this death count is a bunch of bullshit. But Republicans don't go that hard. I'm going to keep talking shit about Republicans too, because now y'all, I told y'all, this is why I'm glad Joe Biden's in there. This is what I told you niggas. Because Joe Biden, when Trump was in there, what did GOP do? Joe Biden is in there. Y'all up like meerkats. Y'all meerkats now. Anything that looks suspicious. GOP, but the Republicans, y'all a bunch of fucking meerkats now. That's what I forgot. I done ranted for like over an hour, and that's the title of the fucking video. I wanted to talk about how conservatives are a bunch of fucking meerkats now. Got y'all niggas talking about UFOs and shit and lab leaks and shit. Y'all just, Trump was in there, y'all wasn't doing shit. Now every fucking conservative, you should have been doing that shit. I be hearing the unsubscribe buttons and shit, right? Like y'all hear, and I told y'all that unsubscribe button there for a reason. Punch that bitch. If you don't like what you hear, hit that unsubscribe button. Bell notification is turned off. Let's get into this. Let's get into this. So anyway, another nigger has been shot by the police. I'm so fucking tired of hearing about I'm tired of people talking about race relations now. You know, white people don't have no problem with black people, and keep it honest, black people really don't have no problem with white people. Y'all just want to keep harping on this shit because the media keeps harping on this shit and it drives up fucking revenue. Bro, we don't have a problem with nobody. Nobody has a problem with nobody. What we have a problem with is agendas. We have a problem with ideologies. That's what we have a fucking problem with. Somebody say it's all the left's fault. The left, the Democrats, it's all the Democrats' fault. The Democrats, GOP saved me. Meanwhile, you had a president in the White House that you worship. You worship this nigga and watch all types of Catholics and Christian kids getting their asses beat. All types of Christian kids wearing MAGA hats was getting their ass whooped on these college campuses. And what Trump do? Trump, I'm going to do something about it. So I'm like, all right, what you want to do, Trump? Hit us with it. Trump go out that bitch. On this day, pass a bill banning anti-Semitism in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I'm like, you bitch. Uh, 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 uh. For those of you that are new to this channel, I cannot do a Trump impression. So I default to a Kennedy impression because I can kind of do that better. This nigga Trump came out there. I'm banning anti-Semitism. Nigga, what about this pile of Christian kids that got their ass whooped wearing your MAGA hat? Today, on this day, I'm going to sign this bill banning anti-Semitism. Duh! If you didn't understand shit by then, you should have understood what the fuck was going on at that moment. This nigga, you give no fucks about Christians, Trump? You give... Trump supporters were getting their asses whooped in mass. I have never in my life seen this many people get their ass whooped. And the person they're getting their ass whooped over not do anything about it. That's all my time, people. I'm gonna holler back at y'all a little later. Stay up.